His hand froze, then he saw her face. The rain had been falling all evening. Cold, relentless. The kind of rain that seeps through your coat and settles deep in your bones. On a quiet street in the heart of the city, a man walked home alone. His name was David. He was 29 years old. His boots were worn thin, his jacket had seen better winters, and his stomach was empty. But that wasn't what weighed on him the most. What weighed on him was the envelope in his pocket. A notice. Rent was due tomorrow, and he had nothing. David worked 2 jobs. He cleaned offices at night and drove a delivery van during the day. He did everything right. He showed up on time. He never complained. He never asked for help. But life had a way of breaking even the strongest people. His daughter Lily was 5 years old. She had her mother's eyes, big, brown, and full of light. Her mother had passed away 2 years ago. Cancer. Quiet. Sudden. Left David with a daughter he didn't know how to raise alone, and a grief he carried like a stone in his chest. Lily was waiting for him at home, with his elderly mother, both of them counting on him, and he had nothing to give them. That night, as he walked down the wet street, his foot hit something. He looked down. A wallet, black leather, worn at the edges, lying in a puddle. He bent down and picked it up. It was heavy. He opened it. His breath caught. Hundreds of dollars. Cash. Credit cards. An ID. He looked around. The street was empty. No one was watching. No one would know. His hand trembled. Rent. Food. Medicine for his mother. This could solve everything. This could save them. He almost closed it. He almost put it in his pocket. He almost walked away. But something stopped him. A photograph. Tucked behind the ID, slightly creased. Well-loved. A little girl, maybe 5 years old. Same age as Lily. Big brown eyes, a crooked smile. Missing 2 front teeth. His hand started shaking. He stared at that photo. He couldn't look away. He thought about Lily. He thought about what he would do if someone found her photo in a lost wallet. He thought about the person who lost this, the mother who kept this photo close to her heart, the little girl who was waiting for her to come home. He looked at the ID again, a woman's name, an address, not far from here. He closed the wallet. He put it in his pocket. But not the way you think. He walked, through the rain, down dark streets, past houses with warm lights glowing in the windows. He thought about his daughter's smile. He thought about the little girl in the photo. He thought about what kind of man he wanted to be. 20 minutes later, he stood in front of a small house. The paint was peeling. The porch light flickered, but there was warmth inside. He knocked. The door opened slowly. A woman stood there. She looked tired, deep circles under her eyes, messy hair, worn clothes. She looked at him with confusion. "Can I help you?" she asked. He pulled out the wallet. "Is this yours?" Her face changed. She stared at the wallet. Her hands went to her mouth. "Oh my God," she whispered. She took it from him. Her hands were shaking. She opened it. She saw the cash, the cards, the ID. Then she saw the photo, and she broke down. She started crying. Not just tears, deep, heaving sobs, like something inside her had been waiting to break. "That's my daughter," she said. "That's Emily. She passed away last year." David felt his heart shatter. "She had leukemia. We fought for 2 years. She was so brave, so strong. She never complained." She wiped her eyes. "This wallet is all I have of her. Her photo, a lock of her hair, a note she wrote me before she left." She looked at him with tear-filled eyes. "Why are you doing this? You could have kept the money. No one would have known." David smiled softly. His eyes were wet too. "Because I have a daughter. She's 5 years old, and if someone found her photo in a wallet, I would pray they would do the same." The woman cried harder. She stepped forward. She hugged him, a stranger, in her doorway, in the rain. 2 people, 2 losses, 1 photo, 1 moment of kindness that changed everything. David walked home that night with empty pockets, but his heart was full. He opened the door to his small apartment. Lily ran to him. "Daddy," she screamed, "you're home." He picked her up. He hugged her tighter than he ever had. "Did you get the money?" she asked. "For Grandma's medicine?" He looked at her sweet face. "No, sweetheart," he said, "but I found something better." What? She asked. He kissed her forehead. I found out who I really am. The next morning, David woke up to a knock on the door. His mother was already up. She had made tea. There was no food in the house, but she never complained. He opened the door. No one was there, but an envelope lay on the ground, thick, white, his name written on it in careful handwriting. He opened it with trembling hands. Inside was a check, more than he needed, more than he had ever seen, and a note. Dear David, thank you for bringing my daughter back to me. I have been carrying her photo for a year. I thought I would never see it again. You gave her back to me. Now let me give your daughter a future. I called the school. Lily's tuition is paid for 3 years, and there's money for medicine, for food, for anything you need. You didn't just return a wallet, you returned my hope. Please don't refuse it. It's not charity, it's gratitude. From one parent to another, from one heart to another. Sarah. David sat down. He couldn't breathe. Tears streamed down his face. His mother walked in. What is it, son? She asked. He handed her the note. She read it. Then she started crying too. Lily ran into the room. What's wrong? She asked. Why is everyone crying? David picked her up. He spun her around. Nothing is wrong, sweetheart, he said. Everything is right. He looked at the envelope, at the photo in his own wallet, a picture of Lily. He smiled. That man, David, he almost kept that wallet. He almost let his fear win. He almost chose money over honesty, but he didn't. He chose kindness, and kindness chose him back. Sometimes the smallest act of honesty, the choice to do what's right when no one is watching, can change everything. One wallet, one photo, one moment of courage, and a little girl's smile. That's all it took to remind him, and all of us, that the richest people in the world are not the ones with the most money. They're the ones with the most heart. If this story moves something inside you, subscribe right now and share this with someone you love tonight. Because the way you treat people when no one is watching is the most honest thing about you. And some people need to hear that before it's too late.